juices. That's fine. I accept it. Gets me going on the defensive end too. So they don't want to attack me. That's fine. I think I played good defense today. So just gotta stay locked in.
Learned, obviously from playing with other co-stars, but specifically with Luka, it's just you got to trust him and you got to let him be him and allow him to, grow. He's very young still, very well accomplished, but I know his overall goal is to win a championship, and it's the same for me. So that's our focus. It's not so much about kind of our emotions and our reactions, just settling.
The Dallas Mavericks needed to find a way to win a game on the road and even up the series going back to Dallas. And this was the most important thing. One of the first teams in the NBA this season to actually win a road game in the playoffs in the first round. Now, Luka has been amazing throughout the entirety of the season, but it's what he does in the playoffs that separates him from, being a really good player to one of the best players in the NBA. So right away, we're going to see a high pick and roll between him and Dereck Lively. Now, what makes Luka so scary and so tough to guard is his ability to force a defense to play him until the very last second. So obviously, high pick and roll, you're going to get your cutter here in Dereck Lively, and then you're going to have Luka. Just a typical two-man game. The floor is spread out with Maxi Kleber, Derrick Jones, and Kyrie Irving. So basically, these two guys are what you want to focus on. Luka drives into the paint and waits for Mason Plumlee to fully commit to him to throw up the lob, and Dereck Lively's easily able to just lay it in. Now, obviously, this could go one of two ways. You can either have Mason Plumlee commit to stopping the lob, and then Luka gets a wide open floater or a wide open scoop layup, but at the very end of the day, he makes the right read every single time. That's what makes Luka the most unstoppable, the most unguardable player in the entirety of the NBA. In this video, we're going to break down a bunch of film from Luka, from Kyrie, from this Dallas Mavericks team. We're going to break down exactly why the Mavericks winning this game puts them in elite position to win this series and maybe even swings the momentum fully in their direction. And they might even get a gentleman's sweep from here on out. Let's break it all down. Now, I really wanted to show you the opposite of what we saw in that first play. We're going to get, again, high pick and roll with Dereck Lively. Now, we said earlier there's two outcomes to this play. Specifically, they're in the same exact set that they were in earlier. You got a guy in the corner here in Kyrie, and then you got a guy at the right quadrant in the right corner. This is the only thing we need to pay attention to is this high pick and roll. Now again, the main focus is what Zubac is going to do. We know right away we're going to get a cutter, and we're going to get Luka driving to the lane, right? So what does Zubac do? He can either step up on Luka and allow the lob to happen, or he can guard the lob and allow Luka to get the floater, right? So what does he do? He guards the lob, and Luka is able to just get an easy little floater. Guys, comment down below. How do you stop a play like this with Luka Doncic being your main ball handler? I don't think you can. My favorite play of the day, one of my favorite plays of the day, came at the very, very end and pretty much secured them this victory. They're up by 3, 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. We got top of the key isolation, Luka versus Paul George. Now, Luka knows, that once he drives into the lane, he's going to draw attention from the weak side, from the strong side. Everyone is going to collapse on him because, it's Luka Doncic. So, boom, Luka fakes that step back. He's going to cross over, drive into the lane, keep the handle with him. Right now, Paul George on the backside. Now, the defense on the weak side needs to rotate over. Now, watch this play by Luka. He has a bunch of different opportunities here. He can kick it out to Maxi Kleber. He can drive in for the floater, or he can throw a lob up here to Derrick Jones on the back or on the weak side here. But look at what he does. And watch James Harden specifically as Luka goes up, fakes the pass over to Derrick Jones, kicks it over to Maxi Kleber, and James Harden is like, where the hell is the basketball? I mean, that is unbelievable. Not even knowing where the basketball is, that is just what this dude does here. Oh my God, Maxi Kleber wide open, no contest, beautiful three, puts it up, gets it to go, and that's all she wrote. That's the game. Luka Doncic absolutely demoralized the Clippers, steal a game in LA, and now go back to Dallas where they are a very good basketball team. Hey, good luck, man. Things could get really, really serious. Now, one of the craziest things about this game was the Clippers decided to, single out Luka Doncic on the defensive side of the basketball. Now, when you're talking about games and playoff games, you really do want to go against the worst defender. But going against Luka Doncic and forcing him to be the odd man out defensively, I mean, that's basically just writing your own death wish, right? I mean, that's basically just calling it a wrap. Because once Luka gets fully locked in, once he feels the slither of disrespect, I mean, you're pretty much done for. I mean, the man scored 32 points, had 9 assists today, didn't have one of his best games, but just wait and see what he does here over the next couple of games in Dallas, as he makes an unbelievable block here, jumping with anticipation, getting a block on Mason Plumlee, which is very difficult to do because he's so big. But now this is where Luka starts getting insane. The thing he does on this play, unbelievable. Before we get into this play though, do me a big favor, guys. Hit the like button just so we can get this video out to more Dallas Mavericks fans, but also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family, it's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering more Dallas Mavericks, film coverage for the playoffs throughout the entirety of the playoffs and off-season coverage as well. So make sure you guys join the family and check out my Twitch. I do live stream these games on my Twitch. So if you guys want to live react to these with me, follow the Twitch link in the description, or it's Matty Dubs, 3 S's. Go follow on Twitch. But here we go. This is what we love to see. More high pick and roll. So we know right away the Clippers love to switch everything. So boom, now we have this mismatch, Luka versus Ivica Zubac. But look at the shot. Look at the shot Luka hits here. Steps up, steps back, fadeaway 3. I mean, Zubac played this outstandingly as a big man, but it doesn't matter because Luka can hit any single shot. I mean, when you really break down this play, it doesn't even make sense. You have them starting to hedge over the screens now with Zubac. Usually they play that drop zone coverage where they don't fully step up over the three-point line, but now Zubac is doing the tough thing in terms of, we kind of have to do this. And he plays it outstandingly, but still can't stop him. At what point do you just sit back and drop your head and be like, wow, what are we supposed to do? But that's really what I'm thinking during this game is how the hell. I mean, even Kawhi's like, dude, what? It's unbelievable. Now, what makes Luka so scary as an NBA player is his ability to make any shot at any given time. So again, we're going to get some high pick and roll between Luka and Derek Lively. I feel like the Clippers actually did a really good job getting over these screens, forcing Luka to not really do anything over them. Right, Paul George, unbelievable job there. But simply watch what Luka does. Step back, pull up 3, hand in his face, doesn't matter at all. Because this is what Luka does. He lives for these moments. He hits these big-time shots and is able to demoralize defenses. Guys, think about it for a second. You play this so well as Paul George. You have drop zone coverage here by Mason Plumlee. You have one job as Paul George. Just stay in front. Unbelievable job getting over the screen. And he's able to just hit a step-back 3 in your face. Guys, think about it. Demoralizing. Guys, real quickly before we finish off this video, I need you guys to do me a big favor. Underdog Fantasy is doing the most legendary thing in the world. Not only if you use my code in the description, they will give you a free $100 depending on how much you first deposit, but also they're going to give you a free square as well. Now what that means is, for example, let's just say Jimmy Butler, right? They're going to have Jimmy Butler over half a point, right? And every single couple of days they're going to give you freebies that you can just easily win money on. Go claim your free $100 by depositing $100 or whatever you want. They'll match your first deposit, but also go get a free square. Go win money. They have so much you can bet on, and it's not just basketball. If you like MLB, MLB's here as well. They have tennis, they have NHL, they have soccer, they have women's soccer, FIFA, esports, racing, golf. They have everything you could think of, and they have live drafts as well. So if you want to get in an MLB draft and play that, you can. If you want to get in an NBA draft and play with some people, some of your friends, you can do that as well. If you use my code in the description, not only will they match your first deposit, but they're going to give you free money as well in terms of these little bets, right? These little bets that you can put in. Tyrese Halliburton over half a point, the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Go check it out, and let's get right back into the video. Now, this is probably one of the funniest plays of the day here, what you're going to see right away is they're going to bring 2 up top here for Luka Doncic. They're going to get into a little bit of a zone defense. Now, when defenses do this exactly, they're trying to get the ball out of the main ball handler's hands. In this case, Luka Doncic, right? So right away, we see the zone and we're like, okay, they're going to force Luka to pass the ball, and they're going to make other guys like Derek Jones, PJ Washington, Maxi Kleber, Kyrie Irving, they're going to make those guys score the ball on this zone coverage. But instead, Luka's like, I actually want the shot anyway. Step back 3, basically in a zone defense where he's the main focus, and still gets it to go. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. You send 2 on the ball and you still can't do anything. And to be honest, Kyrie does force Paul George not to fully commit, because Kyrie would have drove right to the lane for an easy floater, had an easy pull-up 3 here. So Kyrie is a major factor in all of this, but Luka being able to hit that shot in a defense that's strictly made to stop him, it is really funny. And here we go again. Now we got spread isolation. We got 3 guys pretty much on the weak side here in Maxi Kleber, PJ Washington, and Derek Jones in the dunker spot over here. And then you got Kyrie pretty much just sitting at that top right quadrant. Now, what we're trying to do here is see what Russell Westbrook is going to do. If we get this one-on-one isolation, we can spin baseline and probably get an easy, uncontested floater, dunk, layup, whatever it may be, right? But at the same time, if we draw the strong side help defense with Russell Westbrook, we're going to understand what can happen. But you know what's absolutely insane is when you watch this back slowly, look at the timing of Luka Doncic. He waits until the perfect time, kind of like he knew exactly when Russell Westbrook was going to get that help defense. Russell points over. This is kind of like telling Kawhi Leonard, you're going to have to rotate. I'm going to go jump it. Luka knows this the entire time. Boom. Right when Russell Westbrook makes that jump, bounce pass right to Kyrie, bad rotation, and they get a wide open jump shot. I mean, dude, unreal. It doesn't even make sense to me. That's just how good of a player Luka Doncic is. It's next level type of basketball, man. Gotta give him credit. He is one of the best, if not the best player that I've maybe ever seen. By when he retires, he might be the GOAT. I mean, just look at what he's doing. He might not play that long, but he's just a great basketball player. Great court mapping. Great ability to do everything. Gotta love Luka Doncic, man.